Hi guys, this is Spitfire with you today. Again, going to talk about what we spoke in the last video, the support and resistance break, and what's your thinking and what should it be for trading for today. If you look at August 16th, it was breaking the resistance and everybody was looking at for a buy, and you could have taken a short buy here and it could have made your profits. I would always suggest in gold trading to be very cautious. Always aim for a short, take profits, not very long because it's very volatile. The market is volatile. You can see that suddenly could drop or shoot up again. So always keep your take profits within 200 points and get out with your profits. And the other thing is, if your resistance, if the price comes back to the same resistance point where you were entering, that's a good point to exit again because it's going to behave opposite and it could go to the opposite directions. So it would act like a support line. Let's update the resistance for the next day, the 17th of August. And there has never been a break than what happened yesterday, 23rd, and there was a break and you could have taken a buy here. But looking at this again, if you are looking at further resistances of particular day, that's on 18th or 19th or 20th, there's never been a break, so you would not be trading. Question would be, a lot of people would ask me, can I trade the sell trend? Is it in a sell trend? The actual move started on the 16th of August here and never broke that bottom support. So I wouldn't take a sell if I were you. But if I'm taking a short sells of the days where the support is breaking within the day of 16th August, I would take it for a very short time because it is always risky to take trades against trend. So the days which are playing within the previous day is a risky trade always. This is the zone which you would be really careful of. But when it leaves the day's resistance, it's a beautiful catch where you could actually get the move for what you really want. If, for example, even today, if you see the market has playing within the previous day, that's yesterday, 23rd of August, and the market is playing within. In trading, one of the major skills is to trade within a day, not outside the trade. Even I would say even a simple-minded thinking people can trade when the market is trending, but it's quite difficult to trade when it's trending sideways. That's what it takes experience. You need to write, note down, because our minds could forget what we actually decided when before we entered the trade. So write it down in your book and paper, and note down the points for the reason why you are entering and what's your target, what's your stop loss, and that's how you enter a trade. And one of the new things I would like to add up on for today's video is, yes, we learned the support and resistance, but how do we keep the trend going? So one of the simplest way of keeping the trend going is, let's take in, for example, a set of candles. Like if you look at this set of white candles, set of black candles, this was moving up. If you look at this white candles, it was moving up, and when it started moving down, I simply wait for the same resistance to break and would take a buy on the resistance breaks. As simple as that. And when do I exit? You could keep holding out of greed for the price to go forever up, but there is going to moment which is going to show an opposite direction. Look at this move, and suddenly you can see a dip here. So this is the point. What I would say is to exit the previous opening price. You need to exit if the candle is here and there's a previous opening price. If the candle is opening below that, I would exit, and I would say I'm happy for the profit what I have made. Or else, if it's going to continue above it, maybe hold it. But there's another peak here. If you look at this, if I update this point, and if there's a point where it's come down here, and we can see that's a point where I could exit, and that's what is happening today, and I would exit that trade. Yeah, so the direction you're looking for is good for your buy, but when the trend is going upward the way it is here now, your always exit point should be the previous candle's low point, the lows and the highs. And if you look at the low of the last point here, this is the point for me to exit. If I want to update it as the price is moving for a trailing stop, I would move it upward like this, and I would keep updating every candle. If that candle breaks down the support, I would take a call and say exit. This is a big candle, huge candle, so when I put it in, I might put in the bottom, or I would also take 50% of its loss, and I would say if the candle opens below the 50%, I would exit. So these are small techniques, and you could keep in mind for you to trade with trend, with the trend, support and resistance breaks, and that's how you keep you holding your trade. But I would suggest not to hold a trade more than max to max is a 4-hour time, because if you're seeing a trend is changing within the 4 hours, it's time for you to exit with whatever profit or loss you have made. Because gold is one thing, you can make a lot of money. At the same time, you can lose a lot of money if you do not have your mind under your control, because it takes 90% psychology to trade gold. 10% is the system. You would have seen in YouTube's many methods, actually, people trading with the moving averages, and people trading with scalping methods with different moving averages. It's very simple. Moving averages are nothing but numbers which averages the number of candles, and it could give you different probabilities of results. So you could actually trade even with any random number, high from low, but does not give you a perfect result unless you have proved it in your demo account and practiced it for it to work for you. One of the simplest way to trade is to break away your resistance or the support. In this video, I would like you to focus on learning only the last previous direction, what's been doing, if it's been going up, if it's going inside within the previous move. What I mean is if it's going in a buy mode and if it's going in a sell mode within the buy, I wouldn't take a buy there, but I would wait for it to break the high and then take a buy. So this is one of the things which you need to keep in mind, and always focus on one thing. If you cannot sit in front of your chart, do not trade, and I would recommend highly not to trade on your mobile, so that you lose your money if you're trading live. Questions like what's the lot size I should be trading, I would always say trade with the money you can afford to lose. Trade with small bits, with even volume size of 0.01 to begin with, and then when you're confident enough, move on up to trade more. So I have taught you how to place orders as early videos. You can go to the new order and place your volume size here and change the volume size as what you want to trade your biddings, and you can keep that on track and write it down and see how much profits you make. On an average, even if you make 1% a day, it's fantastic. It's around 15% if you get nearly around 10 to 15 times an opportunity for the month. Or if you make 2%, is really, really good. You're already good. You can appreciate yourself that you're good at it. I would like to warn you that your mind can get carried away with your trading. After every trade, I would say wait for at least 4 hours for you to take another trade, not immediately. And scalping is one thing which makes people make money and lose money. It's because they do not give a gap of time for you to reset and start thinking in the direction. So keep trading, guys, and until I look forward to talk to you in my next video. It's very interesting, which would make you excited how to trade. I would like to mention that do not try this in a very huge amount and use the exact strategy unless you have tested and proven for yourself. It's your choice of trading, what you want to follow. There's no mandate that you have to follow this. You could actually feel some patterns work for you and some patterns do not work for you. This video is simply an explanation how the market is functioning. It's not a signal for you to or a surety that you will make money in that direction. So do test it, back test it, and then try it. And subscribe if you like this video, and keep watch all my videos which has been posted so that you can learn more and try it on your trade every day. And trading gold is one of the most riskiest thing compared to currencies because the volatility is so high. And I would say practice it before you go live, at least for some few weeks until you're confident with it. And I would say all the best and catch you up very soon. Bye.